Okay, right, kids. Yesterday I gave you a paper with, it's all about fraction. So when it comes to this paper, so I have some sample questions with me. So now I'm going to discuss how these sample questions can be how can make a solution and improve your thinking capacity. I'm giving this lesson Puda. Okay, so I have this is actually, here you have a fraction. This is how you need to think. This is a fractional part, and then you have the whole number, right? You have the whole number. So you are going to multiply that of mean multiply, you know exactly. So fraction multiplying by whole number, this is how it works. So therefore, if you know what it is, so you can apply the same thing even if it is a fraction or something else. Now let's say you have fraction like this, 3/4 multiplied by 2/4, right? So the way that I'm using here, the same way that you can apply into this fraction and fraction as well, right? So try to understand the concept behind it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this particular question, right? So let's take it out. So 3/4 of mean multiply and then again 48, right? 48. So that equals to what? So that is what the question. So this is example. So therefore in the example this has been given. So now what I'm going to teach you is that how you can multiply these together. So if you are multiplying, I told you there are two methods. So therefore method one is that easily you can see what is the relationship between the whole number and the denominator, right? So the whole number and denominator, you can see the 4 times. If you multiply 4 times 12, that you will get 48. So therefore you can use cancelling method. 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 1 is 4 again. 4 times 2 for 8. So likewise you can divide this, otherwise you can just cancel 4 times 12, right? So then now you have this particular answer, 3/1 multiplied by 12. So you know multiply, 1 denominator 1 is actually nothing. So therefore you can, even let's say now you take a number 5. So 5 is actually 5 equal to 5/1. We can write over 1 because if you divide 5 divide by 1, it's always 5. So therefore over 1 means, so that is the same thing here. So 3 and you multiply by 12, so which is 36. That's how you need to think of, right? So this is how to solve this particular question, right? So now I'm going to talk about how you can make a solution for a fraction and fraction. If you have fraction and fraction multiplication, this is how to do, right? So I'm going to remove this. So this, if the video is fast, you can make it slower down or you can stop while I'm talking and you can work it out. So now I'm taking this particular questions, 3/4 and multiply by 2/4. So the same way that you have multiplied. So if you can use some cancelling method to make it simplify, use that. So if you are using cancelling method, that always to be numerator and denominator, right? So which means I need to check whether I can cancel in this way and the other way, right? So let's see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel, right? I can use cancelling method. 2 times 1, 2 times 2. So I make it simplify. I think now it is okay. So I have now 3/2, and then again multiply by 1/4. So what you can do is that you can multiply these two together and these two together, right? So same as you have multiplied the fraction and the whole number. So 3 times 1 is 3 and 2 times 4 is 8. So just check whether you can simplify. If that is not, further simplified, so you can make it as a answer. So this is how you can multiply the fraction and fraction, and this is how to multiply fraction and the whole number. So I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so now let's talk about how we can make solution about this kind of equations. You have the bigger numerator, the numerator is bigger, and then denominator is smaller, right? Denominator is smaller. So for this kind of questions we call this kind of a fraction we call improper fraction. So it is improper, right? So now we need to make it proper. So 25 over 9, we need to make it proper. So let's make it proper. So there are two ways that you can do, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a very simple way. The meaning of this is 25 divided by 9. So the meaning of this 25 divided by 9, you know what the fraction line is. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide 25 by 9. So it's easy. So 9 times obviously 2, that is 18, and you will get the balance as 7, right? So this is what the answer or the quotient is, right? So this is what the whole number you will get, that is the quotient, and then again this is what the balance you have, so which is remainder. So balance. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write this equation. So I'm going to have this step 1, and then after that what I can do, you know that 25 can be made using 9 times 2 plus 7. 9 times 2, 18, 18 plus 7, which is 25. So now this is what I'm going to apply. So 25 I'm writing the same as what it is, and then again I'm writing the denominator because denominator is 9. So this is equal to this. So here now you have whole number. So therefore what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that whole part into the front, and then again I'm writing, you know, this I can write as 9 as a denominator, same as here. So I'm writing into the denominator, and 9 times 2, the meaning of this is 9 times 2, which is 18, and you need to add the balance into it, which is 7. So 9 times 2, 18, 18 plus 7, which is 25. So again you are getting the same thing here, 25 over 9. So this is the way that you can do. You can quickly come to this part as you wish, or otherwise you can do the step 1 and go to the step 2. So or otherwise you can do the step 2 directly. So that's how you can make into a mixed number. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so now let's move into this question. Change this mixed fraction into improper, to an improper. So let's how you can do this. Now you already know this is, now when it comes to these particular questions, we have 6 as a whole number, and then we have 3 over 7 as a fractional part. So this is whole number and this is the fractional part. So now what we can do is that, so if you have this kind of questions, really easy, that what you're going to do, you're going to write the denominator as same. So denominator is 7. Now what you're going to do, you're going to multiply the same denominator with the whole number. So you're multiplying the denominator with the whole number, and that is there, and this is what the balance. So the balance you are going to add into this, right? So this is the whole number, right? And then this is the remainder, or otherwise the balance, right? And then again this is the denominator. So the same denominator you are using here, right? So this is denominator. So now what you can do is denominator multiplying by the whole number and add. So because it's balance, so you're going to add that balance into this, and you're going to denominator have the same. So denominator I'm writing the same, and then again 7 times 6 is 42. 42 plus 3 is 45. So this is the answer. So that's how you can get the answer of this. Now it is really easy. Okay, so let's go to the next one then, right? So this is what the question is now. So the question is that you have 9 as a whole number, and then again the fractional part is 1 over 4. Now this fractional part, now what they're asking, just read the question. How many quarters? How you can represent quarter? The quarter is 1 over 4. So which means 1 over 4 is here. That's 1. Okay, now we have this whole number, the whole number 9. So now we need to find how many quarters are in the 9, right? The number 9. Number 9 means, so you have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Likewise, you need to count it till 9. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So now what we can do, we have 1 9 inside of this 9. So you know 1 is make by adding 4 quarters. By adding 4 quarters. So 4 quarters are there in 1, right? So you know 4 quarter, right? So let me draw it. This was the quarter. Okay. So now 4 quarters are in the 1. So to make 1, you need to have 4 quarters. 4 quarters. You need to have 4 quarters to make 1 1. So which means what you need to do, you need to have this much of quarters, right, times 9 times to make 9, right? So again I'm saying, so you need to have 4 quarters to make 1. So same like that, you need to have 9 times of it. So you know 4 quarters. Now 4 quarters you need to get 1. So same like, you need another 4 quarter, you need another 4 quarter, you need another 4 quarter, you need another 4 quarter. So likewise 9 times you should be repeated this. So which means 4 times what? 9. 4 times 9, right? 4 times 9 is 36. So which means within this, right, the 9 whole number, it has 36 quarters. It has 36 quarters with this one, so that comes, right, with this one, that comes 37 quarters. 37 quarters you need to make this particular fraction. Okay, so this is how you can do, and otherwise you can do another way, right? So that's another way how you can think of 9 1/4. So now you can see we have done earlier, right? We have done earlier, we make it a improper. So make it improper and see. To make it improper, I have the denominator, so from same denominator I am multiplying the whole number, and then I'm adding 1, the balance. I'm adding the balance 1. So 9 times 4 is 36 plus 1, 37/4. What it means? This means you have 37 quarters to make this particular fraction. So by having this question, I'm trying to give you this particular idea. Okay, so how many quarters? Yes, quarters you have, you need to multiply with this and then add this, and then you will get 37 quarters you have. So this is how you need to think of. I hope you got this. Now, so when you have this kind of question, so how you can work out? Now the denominators has been given and the numerator you don't know. So therefore you know the relationship between the numerator and the denominator. If you are doing something to this, if you are multiplying this, you need to multiply the the numerator by the same number. So therefore let's see what is the relationship between these two denominators. Now in 5, so 5, you can see 5 multiplied by 7, that's how it comes 35. So I'm going to apply the same to here. So if I multiply 7 times 3, that is 21. So this is how you can get the answer. Always find what is the relationship between either numerator or the denominator. So this is how it works. I hope it is it's clear to you. So let's go to the next one now. So the next question is for us is this, right? So when it comes to this question, so this question having three fractional parts. So this question having three fractional parts. So how you can work it out? So it's basically the easiest way is that for you to find, there are different ways, but the easiest way for you to find, check all the denominators, right? So and multiply all denominators and see. If you multiply by 3 times 4, which is 12, and 12 if you multiply by 2, that you will get 24. So which means 24 we can take it as a common denominator. So which means if I make 24 as a common denominator, to make this into 24 we need to multiply by 6. You need to multiply by 6. So then you can make this into 24. If you make denominator 24, the same will be applied to the numerator, which means I'm multiplying the numerator also by the same, right? So this is 6. And then again, if you want to make this into 24, you need to multiply by 8. So which means both to be multiplied by 8. And here if you want to make 24, which means you need to multiply by 12. So therefore I multiply by 12 both sides. So let's see. Now I multiply this. Now it's okay, 24, right? And then if I multiply this, 6 times 1, 6, and I'm going to add it. And then 8 times 1, which is 8, and then again I'm going to add 12 plus 12 times 1, which is 12. So I'm going to add all these together. So let's add these together. So 6 plus 8, which is 14, and I have 12 to be added into that. So let's add 6 and 2, 26 is the numerator part. So you have the numerator part 26 and you have the denominator part, which is 24. Now what we are going to do, are we going to simplify? Are we going to make it as a mixed fraction? So I think it's better if you can make it simplified. So let's simplify this. You can divide it by 2. So 2 times you need 12, 2 times you need 13, right? So 13 over 12. So what we can do here, it's improper. To make it proper, what we can do is that we can 13 we can divide by 12. So 12 times 1, 12, and the balance is 1. So this is the quotient or the answer, the whole number. I will take this as a whole number, and this is the balance or the remainder. So therefore what I'm going to do, I'm going to write the denominator as 1 and the whole number I'm going to take it over here. So 12 times 1, which means 12 times 1 is 12, and I'm going to add that remainder 1 here. So 1 over 12 is the answer. I hope this is clear to you. Right, let's go to the next one then. There are several, I told you there are several ways that you can do, okay? So there are several ways that you can do, but I use the way, that you can simplify and identify as of now being a grade 5 student. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, next question we have this 8 minus 4, 3 over 5. So what we are going to do here, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this 8 out, and I'm going to work it like this, right? So there are several ways. I'm going to use the easier way that you can identify, so try to understand. So I'm taking this 8 Buddha. 8 is a whole number. So therefore I'm going to write this 8 as the minus 8, right? So I'm going to take 1 out. I'm going to take 1 out. So I took 1 out, so which means the balance is 7. If I took 1 out, the balance is 7. right? So 7 is there now. This particular one I can write, as a fraction 8 over 8. Right? I can write it 8 over 8. So you have a 7 over here now, right? And then again I need to minus 4 3 over 5, right? So I have two whole numbers and two fractions. So therefore I take this whole part out, so which is 7 minus, because of this minus, 7 minus 4, and then again I'm going to give a solution for 8 over 8 minus 3 over 5. Let's take that separately. Okay, so now what I can do, I can take the same thing over here. So I will write the same thing here, 7 minus 4, and then again 8 over 8 minus 3 over 5, right? So now you know this, right? This is really easy. 7 minus 4 is 3, so I keep it as that. And then again I'm coming to the fractional part. I'm going to do the fractional part separately. So now it is negative, so therefore you need to get the same denominator. To get the same denominator, I'm multiplying this side by 5 and this side by 8, right? You know that you have changed, you have done that, so I'm using the same. So now we have the common denominator, which is 40. Now 8 times 5 again 40, and minus 3 times 8, which is 24, right? So now we can do this, right? We can subtract it, 40 minus 24. So 10 minus, so you need to take 1 into the other side. So 10 minus 4 is 6, and 3 minus 2 is 1, which is 16. So I can write this 16 over 40, right? So now check whether you can simplify. Yes, you can simplify, right? So it's divided by 2 as well. It is divided by other numbers as well. It divides by 4, right? So 2, you can take it as 2 and then again divide by 2, or otherwise you can divide it by 4 as well. So if you divide by 4, you will get 4 times 10, which is 40, and 4 times 4, which is 16. So you have 3 and then again 4 over 10, but still you can simplify it. You can 2 times 2, 2 times 5. So you can write the same thing over here. You can write same thing, 3 2 over 5. So can you simplify further? No way. So this is the final answer. So likewise, when it comes to simplify, if you can divide by 2, just divide it by 2. Again, if you can divide by 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, so divide it by that. So likewise, but the last solution, the solution should be made the simplest form of it. So I hope this is clear to you. That's all for today.